Excellent job by Kennen in that lane control.
Yeah, I'm kind of a little surprised that Morgana hasn't, used her, like you were saying, her clearing ability to her advantage, where she could potentially clear or sorry, push her lane really quickly and gank top or bottom, because Vladimir was having a hard time against Jax up there. And, maybe a nice, stun from her ultimate pool, really would have given Vladimir that advantage back in top lane, but unfortunately she has not
Oh,
been doing that.
Warwick, the flash, and then trying to get the ultimate onto Sona. There it goes. There's the ultimate on Sona. She's going to have her ultimate as well. The heal from Soraka will keep Warwick alive. Going to get out of there, but then the flash from Sivir trying to chase down Sona, and the ignite from Graves is actually just going to barely pick her up. Lee Sin now chasing down Soraka. He gets off the slow, so Soraka is going to go down, so an even exchange there.
Yeah, that was that Severe really wanted that kill on that Sona. She was getting kind of tired of her.
Oh, actually, yeah,
It's actually a
Sivir
two to
going down.
one.
Yeah, sorry, 2-for-1,
Yeah.
definitely, yeah, to Amazon's advantage. A little bit over-aggressive there. They are up 4 kills right now, so I don't know. They really need to just kind of sit back and try and push their advantage. Those kind of risky moves could allow, Amazon an early lead change, I guess.
I mean, actually, you're going to see some action on top. Jax was waiting on that Tribush, trying to get this kill on Vladimir, and he does have his bilge water, so he can slow Vladimir. Vladimir getting a really nice ult onto Jax, but Jax is able to land that stun and the nice combo, taking Vladimir down in a mere
Wow.
matter of seconds. Jax really has that lane now won completely. Vladimir has to roam around and keep up with CS in any sort of the way. And yeah, just that early kill from Warwick just really set that Jax up, even though he did pick up that Philo. He is able to
And
go head to
mid,
head.
we do have Morgana coming on onto Kennen. Kennen will throw off the ultimate. Lee Sin did jump in, but then kicking Kennen back is very low. The ignite going off, and there's the stun onto Warwick from Morgana, but that ignite does pick up the kill onto Lee Sin.
Wow,
And
there's just fights breaking out everywhere right now in this
yeah,
game. Definitely an
and
exciting game.
you're absolutely right about Jax's control up top lane, which is why it's so unusual to see the Philo Stone, because, he would have been even more aggressive early if he had just skipped right over it.
Right. Yeah. Maybe he might go for Shrillies with that. Generally
Right.
soon, once he gets his Hextech Gunblade, he can pop Shrillies, get in there, slow someone for his team, and for Warwick to be able to pick up someone with his ultimate.
Well, and that was one thing that we were talking about earlier, is how there's a lot of nice support items that would really benefit Team Microsoft. Shirelia's being one of them, Iron Solari being another for the AoE. Because they have a sustain team, Zeke's Herald would also be really strong for them to pick up. And clearly Soraka's not, Aegis, of course, because of the AoE. Clearly Soraka's not going to be getting all these items, so maybe the thought is that they'll put that pressure onto Jax, but even so, it would probably just be better for him to, build some early damage.
Right. Actually, I have a question for you. Would you expect to see Soraka go cooldown boots here or Merc Treads? Because there is a heavy amount of stun coming out of Team Amazon that she might need those Merc Treads.
Oh, I would definitely go Merc Treads. I'd honestly leave it at, unupgraded boots for a long time and just play really defensively. The concern is, the chasing capabilities of Sona, but we do have Lee Sin coming up here. Warwick is going to be engaging on him, going to throw off a little bit of damage. Lee Sin getting off the slow, should be able to get out of there nicely, but it is a dragon, and Purple is going to have some control, but the Warwick ult onto Morgana. Kennen is here. They didn't take down Morgana fast enough, but chasing him down with the red buff, it does go through Morgana's shield. One more attack is able to do it, and now we do have a 5v3 because Vladimir went down as well, actually, so coming over to this dragon, this is a free dragon to further extend their lead.
Yeah, Microsoft is really taking advantage right now of the lead they have. It was a really smart decision on their part to pick up to engage right there and then pick up the dragon right after, knowing they completely have the advantage. Lee Sin coming in does not land his smite, so he potentially should go down here to Microsoft. He really needed that dragon smite to actually put his team back in. It's a really valiant effort, but unfortunately did not work out for him. And Microsoft does pick up that extra kill.
Honestly, that's just an act of desperation at this point. It's really not to your benefit at all to even try and risk that dragon steal when the game is this far in their advantage. But I think they just decided they need to make something happen, make some big plays, because they are really far behind. We do have Kennen and Warwick pushing down mid some. Vladimir trying to get off some harass, and then we do have the snare from Morgana almost getting Warwick not able to get it. The ult onto Vladimir, and then Morgana throwing off the ultimate, but Warwick is healing very quickly. He did not have the Sona ult available, but the Q is able to sustain him. Vladimir does go down, Warwick as well, and mid tower is exceedingly low right now.
Yeah, I actually wanted to ask you, what do you think that Amazon should do to get back in this game? Do you think they kind of play a little passive here? Like
Well,
just kind of turtle up a little bit?
They could. I mean, there's times to turtle, but honestly, they have such an aggressive team comp. that really the key is, they pursue that aggression and try and see if they can pick up some kills. Morgana is pretty easy to pick up kills with. Lee Sin, Graves, Sona. So the key is going to be for them to try and be very mobile. They need lots of map control, get some good wards. And Oracles, even though they're behind, would definitely be to their benefit to not allow Microsoft to take control of this map, because if Amazon can get back some map control, pick some people off, they could very quickly come back into this game.
And yeah, we're seeing some really nice items picked up here, which doesn't sound too good for Amazon. Warwick was able to get his wits in. Jax did pick up his Hextech Gunblade, and Severe did pick up her Infinity's Edge. So that does not sound good for Amazon. And Severe just taking his Graves on, or 1v2, being able to take out both of these people here, getting them extremely low. And that IE is really paying for itself right there. Just the sheer damage he's putting out. Graves looks like he will be picking up his IE as well pretty soon. He does have 1,400 gold, so he should be able to pick that up. Yeah, there it is, and he will just leave that Vampiric Scepter as it is, knowing he needs the damage, not the sustainability to have any presence in team fights currently.
And that's going to be the big issue. We actually have Lee Sin coming down in this bottom lane. Sivir should be able to get out of there, but that is going to be a big issue coming forward, just how strong Sivir is with sustained damage, and the fact that, how farm they are. We do have Warwick ulting on top of Lee Sin here. They're going to be chasing him down. Sivir does not have the ultimate, so they are going to have to back out of there. But because of, all these kills that have been given up, if they can survive, if Microsoft can survive the AoE damage of Amazon, then they're going to very quickly win those long fights, protracted fights, with just how strong Sivir is, able to just fight Graves like that, even though he did have the advantage of having Sona there.
And one thing, this is a kind of off topic, but I just noticed Lee Sin does have Flash, which I typically don't take Flash on Lee Sin. I like to pick up Exhaust, but it looks like because of that heavy counter jungling he did earlier, he really wanted to go for that, and that Flash allowed him to get out if he really needed it. So I mean, that was actually really smart on his part. Sorry, I just wanted to point that out quickly because I typically don't see Lee Sin running Flash.
Honestly, I feel like Exhaust is more rare, but that's
okay.
an interesting comment. And the big thing is they do have a range team with lots of disables, but we do have Sivir getting kind of caught off here. She does have her shield, but it's going to go down any second now. Lee Sin actually missing the Q, trying to get the blind Q there, and they're chasing as a team. We do have Jax jumping on. He does have that red buff. The ultimate from Sona is going to hold them off for a second, and Morgana's coming in, so they should be able to get out of there. But Kennen is hot in pursuit. So they are actually just going to back out now. But because they have, Morgana is that range disable, Sona, Vladimir, Graves, everyone's sitting back. Lee Sin wants to be really tanky and up front, and to do that, he's going to need some good escapability. Lee Sin, you're right, he can take Exhaust a little bit more readily than other junglers because he already has lots of mobility. But it never hurts to have a little bit more, and it actually helps a lot, like you said, in counter jungling early on to have that flash.
I actually need to be right back. I just got a random nosebleed, so I'm going to leave my camera on Lee Sin if you can keep talking.
That's perfectly fine. So we're watching Lee Sin right now coming into the Wraith, and he's going to be able to pick it up, but Vladimir with the steal on the Wraith. And actually, currently we do have Microsoft getting that blue buff onto Sivir, so they don't really have the mana-hungry champion. She's going to be able to clear those creep waves very easily, and just be spamming abilities in these long fights. It's probably about the point in time where we're going to start seeing Microsoft pursuing Baron, or at the very least trying to bait in fights there, because they definitely have a very strong Baron team. Soraka to keep them high. Warwick and Jax will tank it easily, and Sivir with the damage. And just with how the game's been going so far, they're definitely going to want to force engages, though at the same time Amazon is going to want to try and draw them into the jungle where they've got these nice narrow spaces where they can potentially grab the entire team in their AoE. The only concern is I don't think they have enough damage right now to take them down. So it'll be really key whether or not they can pick off some quick targets. But we do have Microsoft coming in, trying to defend this, come in and take control of this Baron. They do have the Oracles on Soraka, which is a great call because now they know there's no vision for Amazon, and they should really just start doing it and see if they can bait them into a brush. We do have Vladimir here, and Jax is actually going to jump onto him, going to get the stun off onto Vladimir. There it is, and the Warwick ultimate, Sona ult as the counter initiation, but Kennen's coming in. Vladimir did pull, but he's going to go down pretty quickly. So a free kill onto Vladimir. A lot of ults used on both teams, but Microsoft definitely at the advantage here. They're going to be able to come back, take this Baron, and just further pursue that lead. And just how tanky they are, they're not going to get low. It's not really going to provide an excellent opportunity for Amazon to engage on this Baron. So we'll see if we have the desperation Lee Sin coming in to try and steal it, but there's really no hope for Amazon to get this Baron right now, and there it is. Microsoft takes it. Kennen probably going to jump after him, actually hitting that Morgana snare. So they're going to push down, probably come over to Dragon and just, get some more gold. And then with that Dragon, with that Baron, they're going to have a ton of gold to spend, going to want to recall, get their items so that they can continue to push.
Yeah,
And
Amazon just could not engage on that
you're back.
Baron. Yeah, sorry, I've been
You
back for a
good?
little bit. Yeah, Amazon could just not engage onto that Baron because that Sun ult is so key in their team fights. If they do not have that up with the Morgana ult, they really just cannot engage. It's kind of like if you have an Amumu on your team, you cannot engage with his ultimate. So she really plays a key part, in then being able to be successful in a fight. And you're pointing out, Microsoft having a lot of gold, and we see Jax actually with 2,400 gold now, Severe with 1,700 gold, and Warwick having 1,000 gold. So they are, in a really good position right now. They really can't take this fight, and they probably will be grouped up and trying to push down this at least one inhibitor here with this Baron buff.
And the big concern is going to be not only are they stronger in fights because of that huge gold advantage, but Soraka already gave them the better sustain team, and then along with the regen that Baron provides, they can just sit there and wear Amazon down at a tower, just, poking them down, or, small skirmish engages that they can then kind of get out of, and they're just going to have so much HP and mana regen with the Baron, with the Soraka, that it's not going to affect them at all. They're going to be able to really aggressively push, which is what I'm hoping we're going to see in a second now.
Yeah, exactly. They have their ultimates back up. But continue what you were just saying.
I was going to say, I love this cast so far. It's basically a solo cast alternating caster, because myself, with the lag issues earlier, you taking, Rain there, and then, your bloody nose, just a terrible, terrible thing. But
It was the
I hope
intense
everyone's
casting.
enjoying
It was the intense game, the intense casting that caused that.
It's perfect.
There's bloodshed, there's
Yeah.
disconnects, there's good times.
And looking at items, we actually do see a Shirelia's from Soraka, which, takes care of some of their issues of both engaging and kiting. That movement speed coupled with Sivir is going to allow Warwick to, get good engages. And then also, if they're kind of losing a fight, they can back out of there. And then also working towards, with an Emblem of Valor, that's going to be turning into an Iron Solari in a second, just like we had stated. So, definitely strong items, particularly against the AoE team. And then Kennen already has so much damage. The Rabadons, the Wit's End for the sustain, and working on that Realize, and they are going to be kind of barreling down mid here. Jax, because of how strong he is and because he has that teleport, is actually coming up top lane. I'm a little bit surprised that he's not, just kind of pushing that tower a little bit more aggressively. He wants to get a ward in there.
Yeah, sorry. Yeah, that Kennen's 6-0 right now. And I keep getting a message on Skype, so I need to turn that back to D&D. But yeah, Straka with that Shirelia's just really does help, and that Locket she's going to pick up pretty soon. She has 300 gold, so she's pretty close to it, and that would just be like the icing on the cake for Microsoft. They can completely engage in a fight, and looks like there's a lot of action going in here on middle. Morgana landed a nice binding, but Microsoft just going to back out, not try to force a fight, knowing that Jax is split pushing. And one thing I want to point out, even though that Microsoft does have Baron, Amazon having that Morgana is just able to clear waves extremely quickly, as well as this Vladimir and Graves, so they can't really hard engage unless they really want to be taking that tower. And if you look at Jax, he's so tanky right now. He has his Frozen Mallet, up to 2,700 HP. He's going to be impossible to kill right now in a fight.
And honestly, as nice as it is, wow, Morgana dropping really quickly with the Warwick ult, and Kennen coming in with her ultimate as well, and then flashing on top of him. Vladimir's going to go down. Can they pick up the Graves kill, chasing after him? Kennen is going to be able to get it. One last stun. Actually able to get the stun, but they're not able to get the kill. But this is going to be mid. I was actually about to say, Jax really doesn't need to even split push at this point. How strong they are, they could just tank these towers and force them down, but really no need, winning a huge fight and getting that inhibitor.
Yep, looks like they're just going to get that top tower, maybe push down the next top tower and leave the inhibitor open potentially, because Amazon will be coming up in about 10 seconds, so they can be able to fight knowing that Microsoft does not have Baron buff anymore, even though they are stronger. But they have a tower on the side. They can at least keep that alive. If Graves can maybe do something, knowing that Warwick's ultimate is not up, he can be a little aggressive here, but Microsoft's actually going to take this tower down. Jackson engaging onto this Graves. Gets a nice Hextech Gunblade slow onto him. Does a nice stun follow-up onto him and follows up with the Ignite. Lee Sin trying to save him, but unfortunately will be going down. Oh, he does actually flash away and will not go down. But that Graves kind of just got destroyed by that Jax. Just how fed that Jax is currently.
Well, and it's the fact that he had the weak lane matchup with Vladimir, and just no one stops a fed Jax. So just able to get those items, just absolutely a monster. So this game basically, is over. Just it'd have to take a miracle for Amazon to get back into this. So I'm just going to go ahead and say it, because of how tanky they are. They're just going to push down these inhibitors, and end this. And I don't know, really just fantastic play even though they did kind of have a weaker early game, with Warwick in the jungle, they did have the aggressive lane with Kennen, and were able to pick up a number of early kills.